My name is Brian Carson, and I'm 26 years old, and I've wanted to be a professional wrestler ever since I watched Bret Hart face Mr. Perfect at SummerSlam 1991 for the Intercontinental title. Wrestling to me has always been an escape. It's always been like the one thing in my life that's never like let me down. Like it's always been the one thing that's been constant. It's been the one thing that I can always rely on it to either, make me feel, oh my, Bret Hart just won, all right, or oh man, Shawn Michaels just, screwed him at SummerSlam, or Survivor Series, I'm so pissed off. It just always made me, always got my emotions, got the best emotions out of me. More than football, more than baseball, more than collegiate wrestling, more than anything. My brother and I would always set up, we had this bar in our basement, and we'd take the stools and we'd use them as like corner posts, and we would have matches, we came up with our own characters. We had like our own little like federation, like I was like the owner, he was the general manager and all this stuff. And when I graduated high school, I wanted to go to Hollywood I got accepted into this acting school because my senior year I tore up my shoulder and I couldn't play football. So I was like, what the hell am I going to do in the fall? And my English teacher was the play director, and he's like, you're funny in class and everything, why don't you try out, and try this play out? And I said, okay. And I loved it so much that I didn't play baseball that year. I just did the spring play. And there was a scout, like a talent scout in the audience, and he was from this school in Los Angeles, and he said, hey, why don't you give us a try? You're really good, this and that. How long have you been training for? I said, no, I played sports my whole life. He's like, I really think you should give us a try, give this a thought. You'd be really good at it. So I auditioned for him. They accepted me, full scholarship, full everything was paid for school. I went out there, and I went there not to like win an Oscar or be on the Walk of Fame or get my own restaurant or anything. I went there hopefully to meet someone who was connected with Vince McMahon, and hopefully someone that can get me into FCW at the time before it turned into NXT. And but because of like the way the school was set up, I wasn't allowed to like have a lot of free time or get out and sightsee. So I was like, well, I can't do that here. So I came home, and I went to my parents weren't too crazy about me doing this whole wrestling thing or the whole acting thing. They was like, you need to settle down because you never know what's going to happen later in the future. Because my dad, around the time my brother was born, was making about $300 grand a year, and then he got diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis, went on disability a couple years later, and they lost everything. And so they wanted me to go to college, and I tried. I went there, and the partying was for me, and the women were for me, but the schoolwork wasn't.